All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have function machine, PSSR. All right. So I'm not going over the entire PSSR, by the way. I'm just showing you guys the PSSR and then a little bit of hints, a little bit of help. So if you guys are wondering, this PSSR is really tough because we haven't gone over this or Mr. Franco hasn't shown us this. It's exactly what I'm giving it to you guys before. All right, I'm giving it to you guys before we even go over it. Right? I just want to see if I can challenge you. It says the following functions are to be placed in the machines to the right. In what order should you stack the machines so that when 6 is dropped into the first machine, all other machines have had their effect, the last machine's output is 11. So again, basically it's going to start off with 6 and the last one is 11. Now, if you're wondering, wait, what do we do? Or what do we have to do? You have to put these in order. They're not in order. So don't think that they're in order already. They are not in order. You have to figure that out. Okay? All right. So I am going to go over some stuff with you guys real quick. So go ahead, set up your notebooks. Again, don't forget, you guys do have the power to pause the video if needed. All right, so here you guys are gonna go over the problem. Don't forget to, and I'll be highlighting as I'm going. Don't forget to tell me what is given, what information is needed but not stated, and please do not say the answer. All right. And what is the goal of the problem? Basically, tell me what is the question asking you to do in your own words. You're going to write down your strategy. You're going to choose one strategy, and from that strategy, you're going to choose the reason why. Okay, now if you're wondering, where do I find these? In here. They're posted right here. Some of you guys have this in your notebook. Some of you guys have access to this. Some of you guys saved the file before, but it's right here. Okay, so let's say that, Ricardo is going to be use a variable. That would be his reason. Okay, the why he's using this could be something like this: trying to develop a general formula. And again, I just picked a random one. So that is your strategy. Number 2, use a variable. And the fourth bullet would be the reason why. Okay, you need to choose 2. That is what I just highlighted. That represents one strategy with its reason. You need 2. All right. Then after that, oh, by the way, here's an example. So for example, let's say that someone chose, and I mentioned Ricardo. So let's say Ricardo said, I want to draw a picture. Then he has those 2 bullets. Those 2 bullets are the reasons. He chooses one of those 2 bullets. He doesn't have to choose both of them. Okay. Then next one, you're going to go over your solution. So you're going to show me how your work or all of your work in there, right? Don't forget, at the end, just box your answer. And then at the end, you're going to reflect, all right? You're going to tell me why you believe your answer is correct. And then you're going to reference your solution and make sure that you make a connection with your strategy. Now, please do not tell me, because this is a true story, do not tell me that your answer is correct because you're good with word problems. Believe it or not, someone has given me that reason before. I am good with word problems, therefore my answer should be correct. Okay? Now, the next part of the video is only if you need extra help. Okay, so if you guys want to challenge yourselves, you guys can stop it here, try it. The next part is just going to give you support. It is not going to give you the answer. Okay, I am not giving you the answer. Again, I am not giving you the answer. Okay, so let's go ahead. So the word problem starts off with f of x is equal to square root of x. You have g of x is equal to negative x minus 2 squared. The next one you have is h of x is equal to 2 to the x power minus 7. And then we have k of x is equal to negative x over 2 minus 1. Okay, those are your function machines. And it tells you that you start with the 6 and end with 11. Okay, so I am purposely going to solve this one incorrectly. Okay, again, I am purposely going to solve this one incorrectly so that you guys understand what you're supposed to do. All right, so I'm going to choose one problem, one of my functions, and I'll start off with this one. This will be my first one. So I have k of 6 is equal to negative 6. Oops, wait, I already made a mistake. Negative x over 2 minus 1. Again, I'm starting off with the 6 here, okay? So I'm putting 6 in there. So I have k of 6 is equal to negative 3 minus 1. Therefore, I get k of 6 is equal to negative 4. Guess what? I'm done with this one. Okay? Then I go ahead and I'm going to choose another one, whichever one you guys want. Okay? And I'm going to choose, I'll use this one. That'll be number 2. So now I'm going to use h of, and I'm not using 6 anymore. I'm actually going to use whatever was my answer, negative 4. So h of negative 4 is equal to 2 to the power of negative 4 minus 7. Now, this means I have h of negative 4 is equal to, believe it or not, this is just 1 over 2 to the 4th power minus 7. Okay, that's how I get rid of that negative. Make it into a fraction, and the 2 to the 4 becomes my denominator. So I have h of negative 4 is equal to 1 over, and that becomes 2 times 2, which is 4, times 2, which is 8, times 2, which is 16, 1 over 16 minus 7. So I have h of negative 4 is equal to 1 over 16 minus, and let me turn that 7 into a fraction. So I have 112 over 16. And if you're wondering how did I do that, I just multiplied 7 times 16. And that's how I got 112. So when I subtract that, I end up with h of negative 4 is going to give me negative 111 over 16. That's going to give me a decimal, and I don't want a decimal yet. I want to keep it exact, so I'm done with this one. Okay, now I'm going to choose the next one. And if you notice, I'm purposely just going backwards. So now I have g of x is equal to negative parentheses x minus 2 squared. So I have g of, and my x is replaced, but not by 6 anymore. I'm replacing it with my answer, which is negative 111 over 16 is equal to, and I have negative parentheses, negative 111 over 16 minus 2 squared. And I know by now a lot of you guys are like, Mr. Franco, you should just stop. You're going to get the wrong answer. You're right. But I'm still going to continue. So I have g of negative 111 over 16 is equal to negative parentheses negative 111 over 16 minus 32 over 16 squared. Now if you're wondering how did I get 32, I multiplied 16 times 2 and I got 32. So I have g of negative 111 over 16 is equal to negative parentheses, and that gives me negative 143 over 16 squared. Now I end up with g of negative 111 over 16 is equal to negative parentheses. Now when I square that, I end up with 20,449 over, and let me see, 16 times 16, 256. Okay, so I have g of negative 111 or 111 over 16 is equal to negative, and if I simplify that fraction right now or write it as a decimal, I have 79.88. Guess what? I'm done with this one. Now I'm going to substitute this number into the last one, number 4, and I have f of negative 79.88 is equal to the square root of 79.88, and that's negative 79, and that's not possible, right? Because I can't take the square root of a negative number. Therefore, this order is not correct. But you guys get the idea, right? So you are basically supposed to figure out what is the correct order, so that when you start off with 6, your last number over here should be 11. That's how you know you found the correct answer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope to see you guys soon.